See the lot at the party. Cause I'm the one trying to lead. And it's challenging for me not to see. Yeah, there is challenging for me not to see. But I see the ones that move in the herd. But you think you've never been heard. When you say it's all now heard. It's for you, it's a reflective hurt. But I'm hurt up to the eyeballs. And I'm taking a pause, making a pause. Finding a source of pain. No remorse, no repenting. And it's myself that I'll be reflecting. So think bigger, outside the box. I'll take my life straight to a stir on the rocks. Not stir on the rocks. Middle fingers in the air to be in mainstream. You can do you, I can do me. Think bigger, outside of the box. I'll take my life straight to a stir on the rocks.
It's Reya. Yo, tell them where they can find you on Instagram.
Reya.inward or Reya.saint. Because
Cool.
I might delete inward. So.
Cool, don't worry. I'll update the correct one on the screen. And yeah, go give her a follow. She can be like doing some fire today.
Themetaphorest.
Fire, cool, flames. PPHC up in the building. Looking all glamorous like it's the award show. And then got Elsa Rose. She knows the roads. Jade. She just dropped her first poetry video. Tell them where they can find it.
It's just time to check
Yeah.
it out. My Instagram, I set it up on Facebook as well, and a YouTube channel.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, Jade.
One more time, it's a bit louder. When I say bring your, you say on bars, bring your, on bars, bring your, on bars.
Why is natural beauty so unnatural to the eye of the beholder? Recycling plastic ideas that goes against the natural beauty of the body. Each surgery surgically leaves you looking anti-body. Maybelline, there is something in the notion we should push forward natural beauty. It befuddles me that they washboard abs, strap notion that you must carry out a certain look. The celebrity outlook doesn't look out for your well-being. It's an aesthetical design that has you looking like someone else, feeling like you're not yourself so you can put on a show for everybody else. You don't need to be a max factor. Be a factor that matters. There is a natural scent to your beauty. Similar to the phrase heaven said the media gases are toxic, its believability will deplete you per few. Remember, you're human. Your DNA is natural. There is no need to paint over the picture that life has blessed you with. There is no need to moisturize society's views of how you should look. That shows that even before you apply makeup, your primer is a broken foundation. Your stability of your self-esteem is fragile. Glossy air over urban decays of your inner self will not help. Why MAC? Contour lines to show symmetry when your inner self is not balanced. The media spotlight is as vibrant as fool's gold. The brightness of it may make my eyeshadow. I need my vision to clear. Because their vision has your eyeliner in a way that you will never see your true beauty. You will always see what they perceive as beauty, therefore the vision is modeled on models. The media push through this model aesthetic biblically, so Christian, Dior is their religion, that they will make up mankind to be mannequins. Lip filler your words to make you sound like a mannequin, your snap will not track back, this picture doesn't paint 1,000 words.
Hello.
Thanks. Each modification comes over the fact that your natural beauty is being brushed away, swept to the side, bristle by bristle. Don't trump yourself with fake tan to darken over the fact that media's highlighted your beauty as a problem. And therein lies the problem. We make it seem like the truth hurts. Their lies only bandage open wounds, making it easier to add implants of perfect imperfection. So you blush up in a mirror every time your true self is revealed what the truth is. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, really.
All of us girls are blushing out here. You're beautiful
You look
too.
beautiful. Make up with yourself. Be happy with who you are and how you look. You see, there's no one else. You're unique. Being yourself is what makes you different now. Every wrinkle creamed into your skin shows life experience. So much so that I would stretch marks long enough to resemble timelines and pinpoint like pimples to show your value at every stage of your life. Look deep within the reflection. Pinnacles of well-being towards oneself. Don't feel shame when they frame the perfect body to increase body shaming. What body told your body that you have no body. Don't be quick to jump under the knife. You're not part of their recipe. Their Botox is not your detox. You will never inject gelatin into my melanin. You see, I'm comfortable within my own skin. The beauty that, the natural, what happened?
You got it.
You will never inject gelatin into my melanin. You see, I'm comfortable within my own skin. The nature, the natural beauty emits is more than just aesthetics. We look at your face, but we see your soul. The mascara is a masquerade ball that's only hidden by the morning sun. Your natural beauty should never be hidden. Wear it proudly until media's lips will be lipstick, until their lips stuck, your beauty is left mute. You see, blotching your natural essence is a media program. Lotion notions with oceans of potions to leave your mind dry and have your body like putty in their hands for them to formulate a formula based on. But I'll let you decide that one's ugly. And just quickly, I know I cussed at the beginning, but still. I want to give a little Q-tip to my daughter. Baby girl, be of a conscious mind. Because once you do the media, you'll be left chapsticked because they don't want you to see your true beauty. That's both inner and outer. So they will overwrite your words to make it seem like your lips are painted the same color as cold red. Don't brush your natural essence to the side for media popularity. Baby girl, they would rather your beauty empty than beautiful. You see, natural beauty is being forcibly struck down with no notable reason. And I don't approve of the fake lashes. So instead of extending your media profile, why don't you sit here? Extensions of yourself will only be valued once people see the natural value in you. And this is something you cannot filter, because beauty that comes naturally, well, that's the most natural beauty of it all.
Cheers.
And let that be the clinical part of what makes everybody here so beautiful.
I try to mesh the words in my mind, hoping it connects like the words in my rhymes, but I fail at it. Inner critic getting loud with things, screaming from mountain tops like, we're proud of it, and that sucks. So I get stuck, judging from the corner, looking at every action my mind sends to my being, and I ponder, contradicting lies like I wonder. So my mind plays tricks. Should I Ray Charles this or stay true to my heart like Stevie Wonder?
Come on. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Stevie did not hear you.
So my mind plays tricks. Should I Ray Charles this or stay true to my heart like Stevie Wonder? Ooh, let the good times roll. I want to fast forward to the good times already, but my mind's held captive, archived lies like, wait, no, you're not ready. So I file it, I accept it and download it before it's too late to reject it. The frame of mind in the main line in my frame of the main line in my frame of mind has been made to subject this delusional, fabricated lies. And what's the worth, mate? No profit. So I choose to forfeit. I choose to fake it so that I can make it. But I return to the cycle that I mess with. The vicious cycle, past traumas that I ain't dealt with. I'm sure this ain't what life is supposed to be about. God help me. Because I'm trying to unlearn things. I want to push, keep pushing till I can't breathe. Till the pain cuts deep and it stings. Till I'm not held like a puppet with apparently strong strings. Till I can reach the top and we're just blessing my hard work brings. Till I can stand firm, confident that you brought me to my every win. Because this cycle is only a fling. Because I'm about to pop up on this situation and let it know that I'm jumping out of the ship. Because this ride ain't wavy no more. It moves bravely for sure. I tend to lose my way some more. But I'm stepping on some waters. I'm holding on to the truth and it's scaring all my haters. No, not humans. But if the shoe fits, go ahead and be a wearer. Because in this life,
so much swag.
I'm about to get clearer. Speak louder at my demons. Watch this voice, he ain't saying for no reason. Move everything to the side because I'm coming with a whole different vibe. Because I'm the rider. And the driver is the baddest provider.
So the hurt you've suffered, I'm sorry to hear, but I had nothing to do with that. And I do hope as you're listening to my voice, you can hear that I'm genuinely being sincere about that. Why am I being likened in the image of someone who didn't truly know how to love you? I must confess I am confused. Why am I being treated as though I caused you unbearable pain? And though we barely know each other, I'm pretty sure that our pain, if not entirely similar, is somewhat the same. I'm asking you this because you aroused my interest, and not because of some secretly pre-planned act to trick you and cause you despair. There's something about you that aroused my interest, and I'm just trying to appreciate the substance that was packaged within your appeal. I'm not expecting you to make this easy, and I understand all your reasons for approaching with fear. The fear of not getting your heart tampered with again has protected your sanity. That's your own personal duty of care. All I'm asking is, you merit me on the actions I present to you, wrapped in ribbons of unconditional love and exceptional care. That's not on the topic of easy. That's just another descriptive line when it comes to you, and not one that I'm currently trying to hear. You're far too valuable, so attempts are made to devalue you, trying to break you. Why? To me, it's unclear. I want you to know that I will listen to all the struggles that you choose to express to me, and I'll observe the ones that are secretly lurking up here. That way, each time they surface to cause you distress, by your side, I'll be to protect you whilst encouraging you to overcome your fears. I'm not trying to argue with you. Believe me, there's nothing appealing about that. So if there isn't a desire to have a conversation with me, whether or not I like it, I'm good with that. Your personal space I will respect. I can promise to do that. And though promises are nothing new to you, my intention is to add value to the promises I pack. My Neva and Rose, please don't punish me for their mistakes. You said you've heard it all before, so being receptive to what I have to say is not currently where you're at. With that being said, whilst you're over there searching for peace within and getting your life back on track, I'll be over here relocating mountains and redefining hell just to prove to you that protecting your heart is worth all of that. My empress, my queen, my one and only melanin flavored cocoa butter concentrate.
Flavors.
My empress, my queen, my one and only cocoa butter flavored melanin scented exotic blend of all things perfect.
Come on!
I'm sweating. Your likes, your dislikes, all of that. So you like your eggs. I'm not necessarily in the morning, and if you don't eat eggs, then why not? If given the choice, I know you choose not to get your heart hurt again. I get it, but there's no guarantee in that. But if ever you should experience hurt and your heart is clouded by pain, I will be nature's natural phenomenon, striking immediately to let my love reign. I'm not trying to fight with you. You have experience in that department, but there's so much more to you than that. What I will fight for is the opportunity to protect your heart, which produces the beat that gives us the rhythm to dance along life's track. You're of me, and I'm of you. I don't need science to tell me that this is true. I can hear it every day in the things that we say. I can see it in the things that we do. Like, man, I started off this poem in an effort to highlight that there's good in some of you, but I can't ignore the fact that there's some of us out here recklessly hurting women who aren't destined to be with you. And we know it. I mean, real talk, to be emotionally scarring or queens as if there's no love in you. Imagine you find your empress, the one you want a wife, and because of the previous guy, she's having trouble accepting you. The urge she suffered has come full circle. She wants to, but she's unable to truly connect to you. Lego-like relationships, like any given minute detachable. Look into yourself, acknowledge your shortfalls. So females can be comfortable being themselves without being on full attack mode while searching for clues that will let them know if this is the real you. Like women that queen, you articulate visions that motivate dreams. Without you, motherhood wouldn't be this vibrant. You bring color to every scene. I'm just trying to express to you that you're important, that you're valued, and that I hold you in high esteem. RBJ.
The impact of words. She stood poised, emitting careless verses from her lips like melodies. Bars, not chocolates, but musical scores and scrolls ascended upwards, a diction reaching for the moonlight. Yet the breeze was a fragrant breath cascading scented roses, and a lure of eloquent words tracing fire in the core of poetry lovers, exploding 100 rhapsodies in their being. My sweet empress, Goddess SWVrthy has laced your tongue with wine, pouring a drunken sweetness in my spirit. I look at the attentive gaze of poets around you, a vortex of love, blending with the smiles, imbibing the magical enchantment of your sugarcane melodies, flowing with breathtaking charm like an elegant symphony. My heart sparks like magnets, tugging at the rapture in your lyrical psalms, only to wash my soul with tears, paying homage to the light divine. Words. They are like sweet songs holding court beneath your tongue, stirring inside me an Instagram of my feelings, whispering silent promises to the moon. A measureless torrent of tenderness, they weave out of my breath and emotions, waltzing on the crest of longing in the agony of my tears. Last week I performed that poetical word. The MC was so moved by my recital that he immediately engaged the audience in 3 claps for me, ending with the prayer, "We are healed." Words. I wept copiously on reading once of a woman on the verge of suicide. She heard the enchanting, life-giving solace of poetic beauty and changed her mind. We may not know the impact of the wordsmith on one crying out in dejection. Each bard sings a melody taken from a manuscript in paradise. Sea water caresses the pearl in the marine bed. The ocean serenades its opulence. Magnolias rise and waltz with the dawn of spring, whispering the notes of the hummingbird. The lily said to the sunflower, "Peace be with you, my radiant sister." Orion kisses our gaze at twilight and says, "Good night, my kindred spirits. We'll meet again tomorrow." An agony of echoes whispered from my core, "Make me a servant, O love." And the rose adorned its golden garments, offering its wafts as a sacrifice to the scores. Each sweet word spoken, each act of magic released, awakens the light of the one for whom it was intended, and Carla Z, the poetess, weaves a tapestry in the ambience so beautiful that my tears embrace the sunset, sending kisses to the moon, touching my breath like a Mozart sonata. London says, when I was lost in my darkness, it was the resonance of a wizardry that set me free. Her lips became an artist, scribbling love songs on my heart, whose stunning luster lit 1,000 rainbows in my soul. London Carrier.
I've been quiet for the best part of a minute, Lord. I don't know the impact this gonna have, so I don't even know what I'm spitting for. My brothers and my sisters, and all those in between, i.e. the LGBTQ+ community, have died and they're resting in the utmost respect, peace, and power. Their breath lives on through us. Soon enough, years of injustice gonna be shattered, but their bodies laying beneath the floor. Lest we forget, let their names not die in vain. Let their names be the catalyst of change. For once we are through with this, the world will never again be the same like it failed to do so many fucking times before. Where do I even start? My heart goes out to my people, but I don't know which part goes far, because it's shattered into pieces from Grenfell all the way back to Rosa Parks. Shards of blood-stained glass, I'm walking delicately over to stand tall with my sisters and brothers in arms. In arms, we interlink in a protest. Peaceful protest that police want to perpetuate to make less progress. Praying for people to have peace who happen to be defenseless. Violence ain't the answer, but shit, yo, it gets answers. Prayers be answered, covered up and overlooked, 5-0 reputations be tarnished. Rioting was never the intention. Alleged undercover cops starting it, corruption within the system. Protesters matching the energy and then they getting convicted. Aggression from the very system that claims to protect us. If it doesn't protect all of us, fuck the system, because it can't protect none of us.
Tell him.
Tell him, Rohan. One more time, please.
Aggression, protesters matching the energy and then they getting convicted. Aggression from the very system that claims to protect us. If it doesn't protect all of us, fuck the system, because it can't protect none of us. Low Key said it best. What's commonsensical, sensical is sensible to question. What seems to be a lesson is intellectual repression. Say the thing goes as expression of aggression. Remember, there's 2 victims on either side of the weapon. So the next time you hear about another coloured being shot, keep in mind that officer or person behind the trigger is also lost. Keep in mind that those who suffer the consequences of the law aren't actually intended to be served as a lesson for him and everyone else. aren't actually intended to be said. That's a anyone ever knows. But intellectual oppression to build up the ego themselves, to maintain a system created by corrupt government officials, to maintain what makes the world go round, systemic racism. From the top down, not the bottom up, Akala said, and I paraphrase, but basically word for word, racism was not invented by the class of people who work. It was invented by elite academics through pseudo-scientific nonsense, and then goes on to say, against Tommy Robinson, and perpetuated as part of political policy. From the top down, not the bottom up. So don't you see? It's embedded within us. It's practically second nature, a whitewashed way of learning history. It couldn't be faker. And it's not our fault, the way we've been taught, but it becomes our fault when we let this fuckery freely walk. No, it's not. But it becomes our fault when we let come on, bro.
Got it, bro. Come on, bro.
But it becomes our fault when we realise this hypocrisy, and still we don't take this to war. It becomes our fault when we let this fuckery freely walk in our nation, in our country that was built not by brick but force, full taking of land, colonization of the entire globe, broken backs, bones, blood, sweat and tears of slaves, the swords used to strip them of their basic human freedom, and it's still not yours. Back then it was explicit, these days it's just embedded. So we overlook it, and we're taught to believe Christopher Columbus was the only thing relevant, as if there were no indigenous people that we now call Native Americans, but in the same breath. And black people were slaves, they themselves an impediment. Their only contribution to the human race is that, and that's the end of it. So now a beautiful black boy or a beautiful black girl is sitting up at night thinking, are my people even relevant? How can I be proud when black isn't beautiful? When black will never be excellent? Black is pain, black has no joy, and it's evident. Yo, banks like Barclays, JP Morgan and Bank of America were built off the backs of slave money, and that's not even the start of it. Well, baby boy. Well, baby girl, let me tell you something I hope you will grow to know. This is coming from Santan Dave's personal work of art. Get out of that psycho-talk mindset, it will do more harm than good if it's evident, causing psychodrama for a poor child. Black is beautiful, and black is excellent. Black is pain, black is joy, and black is evident. It's working twice as hard as the people you know you're better than, because you need to do double what they do so you can level them. Your heritage been severed, you never got to experiment. Black is everything we know. Black is where we came from. So of course, black is the biggest thing relevant.
When you shouted disapproval from the rooftops, all eyes and ears that watched and listened stored the sensory feeling of disappointment in their memory. Sealed in the solemn understanding that you are a closed mind with an open mouth when you sent out the signal of repercussion before the unwitting approached you for any open discussions. You sent out shots in the dark, not knowing that you hit me too. So when I bleed out, I know better than to come to you. Know that I would rather treat myself than have to explain my wounds to closed ears that know how to hear but choose not to listen. I've heard the way you speak when you've decided your opinion isn't quite one. In fact, to you, your opinion is actually a correct decision, so what does that make mine? I've grown tired of wasting time trying to change minds, of walking heart in hand to sword fights, because I've seen the way you use that blade between your teeth. Mentally noted that with you there is no agree to disagree. You don't just cut to tear, you cut to bleed, and I still wear scars as reminders that you are not always a safe space. I know that you love me, but I also know my place. Know that mine and yours are worlds apart, and know that that is okay. It just lets me know what conversations I shouldn't start. Lets me know that, sadly, as much as I know of you, when it comes to me, you may only ever know half, because... Sorry.
Killing it.
Let me go back. I know that you love me, but I also know my place. Know that mine and yours are worlds apart, and know that that is okay. It just lets me know what conversations I shouldn't start. Lets me know that, sadly, as much as I know of you, when it comes to me, you may only ever know half, and I never wanted to be half in or half out with you. But I know from words that you've said, not knowing that I was the recipient, that to you, the other half of me is completely unacceptable. So I'll keep my lips sealed on certain topics, understanding that loose lips sink ships, and understanding that loose lips sink ships, and I value the closeness of our current relations. But as much as I value you, to preserve myself, and make sure my openness with you has its limitations. Ashley, thank you.
Yes! Got musical up in the heart.
Oh man, I need to intro now.
Explain some shit that's got me thinking. Like, why does she keep dissing me? Know you trying to kiss on me. I can read your energy. Stars align, perfect time. I don't want to waste it. She knows I'm trying to taste it. Say the things you keep your fingers to. I'm just getting started, so let me know then we can roll. If you hungry, grab a bite to eat. I said it's up to you. She said it's up to me. So indecisive, but I'm smiling cause she's hella sweet. Like to grab the cheeks, not those kind of cheeks.
Okay.
Face, little nasty freaks. Can't be moved in silence.
Hey, come on. Tell me.
This one's mad personal though, and the next one, but okay, here we go. TLC, think she trying to creep. Beat, grab the keys, let's go find a Jeep. Or maybe find a suite and mess up all the sheets. Maybe stay up late and eat up all the cake. She hit the gym too, so she stay in shape. She got hella groove. When she wind her waist, she 5'2" with a size 5 shoe. When she walk this stuff is scared. I ain't trying to brag, you know I keep it real. On the late nights, I show her all my skills. She got sex appeal, she got that inner abundance. She don't follow fashion, we both got so much passion. Baby, I'm just trying to know if you down to rock and roll. Show you about my usher, baby. I'ma take it nice and slow. Riding on the boat, this feeling's hella strong and it's so hard to let you go. Where we go, no one knows. Like that Patrick in my Swayze, I'm just trying to hold you close. Where we go, no one knows. Like that Patrick in my Swayze, I'm just trying to hold you close. Shed my tears through the soul. Thank you, that's the first one. Alright, DJ, when you ready?
Come on. Let's get up Chris Brown on us, boy.
I'm still shaking though, guys. It's fine. Know that you've been through shit. Know that you've seen through things. Peace of mind. We're just trying to find peace of mind. What's good? Tell me how you think. Lay down, let me make you a drink. Sip slow, on go. Anytime that you call my phone. Deep down, really think you know how far that my love can go. Late nights, let me take control. Been a few screams and shouts. Been a few ups and downs. I hate when you're feeling down. I'm just trying to see you smile. Putting my love in the words. Are we a gift or curse? Friends think I'm going insane. I get chills when I hear your name. I get shy when I see your face. Hold up, let me turn this page. Big hug, let me ease your pain. I'm still trying to hear you say. Yeah, this was my personal, still not gonna lie. Thank you. Round 2, that was me v you. Heard who you're speaking to. But you wanna blame me now? Still trying to find my shoes. Ain't trying to pick and choose. Ain't trying to win or lose. Live life, grow and improve. Live life, grow and improve. Right now it's just me in this room. Right now it's just me and these thoughts. Hold up, let me speak my truth. Hold up, let me find my tone. Hold up, let me get in my zone. Wait there, let me change my clothes. Late nights trying to hear you moan. Excuse me, miss. Don't buy it, ain't trying to be rude. No, you wanna know my past. Wanna know who I'm speaking to. Get chills when I hear your name. Get shy when I see your face. Hold up, let me turn this page. I'm still trying to hear you say.
So here it is, Friday night. Gary's looking for his sesh, so he's hit the pub and waiting for it to become a fucking delight. Now Pete's called true, he's alright about the white, he's the shining knight. Excited for tomorrow to be a rewrite from feeling like utter shite. Because it's never just 1 till 3, meaning we stay till 4, 5, 6 in the morning. Now we're morning. But let's rewind it back to 1 where the pre-drinks at work were getting fun. Liquid lunching, munching, Kristen peanuts on a stomach that's 7 pints of Carly. Dave is fucking flying. Look at him. You joker. Right, where's next? Who's closer? Steve volunteers as tribute. Smashed on the way back, go to the shop, grab some tins, and then call a cab. Oi, boss man, you got the orcs. There's always one who's got to sort out the tunes. How long's it going to take? Before we know it, there he breaks. Up the stairs, into the lair, pre-drinking, substance beginning, grab the keys. Why are you teasing? It's 5 now, so let's just stay here and then go pub in a bit. Then the time flies when the fun is in full swing. Now, let's hand everyone like a pack of sheep. Now grab the bolt into the Swan's Inn, and this is where we catch up with Pete and Gary, who we know are on it, so let the party begin. Just a couple more scores. My bank's going to be sore, but that's tomorrow's worries, not now's worries. What's the time? 9, 10? Or who's on what next? Or we can't go revs, we ain't got the right trainers. No bubbles, they say. That's why it's filled with dickheads with chinos. So let's just
Really talk.
H&M finest.
Who's wearing chinos?
H&M finest.
Oh, you got chinos
So just a couple more scores. My back is going to be sore, but that's tomorrow's worries, not now's worries. What's the time? 9, 10. Or who's on what next? Well, we can't go revs because we ain't got the right trainers. No bubbles, they say. That's why it's always filled with dickheads with chinos. So let's just sack it off and go mojitos. Yeah. It's fucking shit there. Well, that's why it's good. Who's got the food? Dave does. Now Pete has too. Well, we're going to need more, so get that in before. Just rolled into the AM. Club is packed. Floor is full. Floor is filled with talent and pervs. Dave can't dance. Steve is chewing. Pete is ordering. Gaz is nicking pints, sadly. To be fair, they ain't for anyone in this game. So Pete's got the Jaegers, and let's go to the toilet, have a fag. Smoking area and be in the main room for the stags. Club's closing, but we're still on tonight's high. Fine, we can go back to mine. Now, as Dave said this, he knew he instantly regretted it, but he can't go back now, so bring on the 4 AM sins. Cab number 3 has a surge charge. Doesn't help when Gaz was trying to give it large. Fuck it, open the door, give me the medicine, I need the cure. Hey, look who's found a spare baggie, top up's in need for sure. Fuck, that's Kate! Oh no, man, I'm trying to stay away from that shit. Fuck, sorry mate, I didn't know. Now we're all bugging out, walking insecure. As time slows, I don't know what's in store. Don't think I'm ready for reality just yet, so let's just call in for more. But no one's answering. Fuck, what's the time? 8 AM. Ooh, let's call it there. The light's shining bright and the crust in the nose is feeling kind of dodgy, but let's see how we're feeling for next Friday night, shall we?
Zoom zone, 0 zil, zip, zilch, zealous, zealot, zestless. Let's move on, Zed's dead. Zool, Zelda and Zorro, yelling YOLO. Yesterday is yawn yields, yearly yardsticks yo-yo. Yearsayers yakking, yucking, year-long yin-yang yodeling. Exile, Xerox xenophobes, words written while worlds wait in wings, whispers and whims, worries wretched wait waves when worse smithery weaponized, walls watch while we war. Warriors warrant worth, but wrath's weaken when will welcomes wonder. Victory's visible, viewers versus vessels of virtual voyages, unified under universal usernames. Understand, upgrades aren't of utmost urgency, utopia utensils useless, unsee ubiquity of the unsung. Trapped in technology, traipsed in food, theatres of therapy, taking temporary tenancy in terrible territory, time tastes tepid. Timid types type entangling with temperamental Twitter trolls, tips turn to tolls, ticket house touting toilet rolls, tombs tied to thoughtless threads, tonight's thoughts translate tomorrow's tongue. Temptation too much, tempers tear towards tornadoes of touch. Stop, stay still, selfish sun searchers systematically spread symptoms, sever insensible. Sense suffers, stupidity soars, silly sods. Stand in solidarity with submission, sincerity submerged in symbolism, sadness simmers in solid solitude, soldiers singing songs of service, supply shouldn't surge when sobriety suffers. Staying safe sometimes seems sacrificial, streets scattered with sweeping statements, society silent, so search for storytellers, sages, songwriters, scholars, rappers, rhyming, riding rhythm rapids. Restless renegades receive restriction resulting in remorse, recuperate, rest, reset, reconnect, recollect, reword, regret, repeat. A redefining reality retreat. Quarantine questions quietness. Quilling quietly quadruples quality. Query qualities qualified by quintessential quips. Cues for quavers became quests. Past proverbs prove, pandemic presidents persecute populations, paper praise parallel parks, perhaps a percent of pencils perform, no prerequisite passport for passengers of passion, phony powers policing poetry, piss off. Online open mics offer oneness, ornaments of obligation overwhelm, obey a clock, omnipresent orchestras of opulence orchestrate objectives offering nothing neurologically nutritious. Normalised never, new normal needed, negotiating never-ending Netflix nights, nonsense nonchalant so nostalgia necessary, naturally numerous numbskulls and nothing notable, nameless newsreaders rating nightmares note. Materialism minus material means, man-made madmen wolf molehills into mountains, meditate on melodies of mayhem, miss my mates, missing lady love. Lockdown life, loneliness lingers, lacing lethargy, lampposts lighting lost landscapes, legends like liars, leaders lacking leadership, leading us, leaving us limited, like minds lesser, when lifelines leveled, I'll levitate level. I forgot, where was I?
Lockdown life. Lockdown life. Lockdown life.
Missing lady love, lockdown life, loneliness lingers, lacing lethargy, lampposts lighting lost landscapes, legends like liars, legends look like liars, leaders lacking leadership, leading us, leaving us limited, like minds lesson, when lifelines leveled, I'll levitate levels. Listen, knock knock, knowledge knocking. Kindred, kinship, kingdoms and knapsacks, kamikaze keyboard killers, karmic kidnappings, keeping juggernauts jelly-like, journalistic jibber-jabber, jeopardising judgment, jargon jotted in jaded journals, juries judging, juggling joyless shadows of junkyard justice. Just imagine idolising irrelevant icons, idols and idle ideals, immortal intellectuals illuminate imagination, introverted inmates imprisoned in ink, inching inwards and citing internal illustrations. Isolation is separable when hashtag home life. Habits hibernate in habitual habitats. Hell has hostile hospitals. Hope heaven's hospitable. Goodbye groceries. Granny gladiators got greedy, grappling with granola gangsters.
Granola gangsters! Say it again! Say it again! Say it again! Granola gangsters!
Grandma's like gay.
Hashtag home life. Habits hibernate in habitual habitats. Hell has hostile hospitals. Hope heaven's hospitable. Goodbye groceries. Granary gladiators got greedy, grappling with granola gangsters. Global Groundhog Day. Government guidelines. Ghosts written by guilt. Gigabytes of goodwill gestures given. Gunshots still go off. Gotta gain goals, gang, go get gone. Galaxies and gardens growing grassroots. Freedom forfeited for foreseeable future. Financial framework fucked. Frontline fighting fatal. Functioning fallacies. Face forever's fever. Faceless fatalities. Fictional figures forging fallout. Free of us. Forests flourish. Earth exhales, existing, exiting extinction, egos eclipsed, eulogies and epitaphs etched early, employee empathy extinct, economy over everyone expect expense, empty entries in dystopia diaries, household demigods deteriorate, disciples disperse, days disappear, decisions draped in doubt, discarded dawns drown in darkness, debt doesn't die. Capitalism's crap, can't continue because Corona came calling, causing consumer collapse. Conspiracies completely cover clarity. The NHS became a charity. Cases climbing. Carefree's corpse causes callous. Closed caskets. Caption this. Clapping carers cool, but Boris better bring bigger benefits. Clapping carers cool, but Boris better bring bigger benefits. Biological battlegrounds, breed burden, bedroom bulletins, bare blessings, boudoir bars, bought by Bexy Bex. Boudoir bars brought by Bexy Bex. Families breakdown, but breakdowns backdrop beautiful beginnings. Beyond beckons, bogus boogeymen babbling in bubbly bloodbaths, brainwashed by behemoths. Before the aftermath of Adam's apple, an alcoholic architecture anchored in ancestral archetypes, life alienated, alienation in an alien nation, avoiding abhorrent apparitions, applauding anguish of angels. Addiction amplified as adult addicts adapt to naked, altars have altered awake. Anxiety announces apology as arenas of analogies analysed. Above all, any answer's adequate. At the moment, absolutely anything's ample. If archangels ask about me, tell them I'm nice. I paid the admission price. ABC's assassinated twice. Welcome to the alphabet afterlife.
Burn the blueprint. Inflame your name in notoriety. Seek within. Proclaim your place in lost society. Fallen angels, wings clipped, I see you trying, be. Call on creation, kings eclipsed, demand your dynasty. How far will you go in your exchanges? swapping drinks and digits and bodily fluid with heinous strangers. It's a contagion. Engage with the rage of our fairy tales and fables. Sell your source. Exchange it. Find a moneyed man. Modern day slavery. Cinderella halls. We keep chasing. Told to glam up. For what? Them pagans.
Tell him again.
But I'm looking for a Nutty P or Kweli or Jay-Z. I want that 90s R&B love.
Yes! I'm all about that.
Twice divorced. I refuse to be paraded. I love myself first. I'm on those higher vibrations. Burn the blueprint. Inflame your name in notoriety. Seek within. Proclaim your place in lost society. Fallen angels, wings clipped. I see you trying, be. Call on creation. Kings eclipsed. Demand your dynasty. How far will you go in your exchanges? Confronting microaggressions in your daily altercations. Stand by whilst they choke George out, because for you, it is painless. Holed up in our pens, boozed up, sniffing cocaine. Our silence maintains this. Trump and Bojo contain us. 1984, they're estranging us. Illuminati, they're detaining us. But lovers are rebellion. We gotta rise up, be courageous. Just one race, the human race, proclaimed this. Just one love, human love, for all the ages. We will fuck up, we will resist, we will be racist, homophobic, misogynistic, indoctrinated, but I am willing to make mistakes to usher in these changes. Muddy my name if it keeps you in the conversation. In this city of dust, I'm seeking angels and shamans, scarred by the abrasions. And baby, I know you're feeling drained, but after the rain comes sun. After the pain comes changes. Burn the blueprint. Inflame your name in notoriety. Seek within. Proclaim your place in lost society. Fallen angels, wings clipped. I see you trying, be. Call on creation. Kings eclipsed. Demand your dynasty. Demand your dynasty. Demand.
I go by the name of Shiv, aka the King of Cups, aka Cut from a Different Cloth, aka the Shy Confident, aka that Asian boy was sick. I'm just gonna drop it like this.
Come on.
The sad talks, a silent voice reinforced from a world with no remorse. I rode a dark horse, but move forth, change course from the dark heart, sad force. Torn by explored raw, hardcore horror and gore. Where you meet a rotten corpse, walk street that feeds needs for chemical dependencies. Just last week I see a woman on her knees to please a man's needs for a piece of rock, please. Uneasy for a stranger that sees but chose to pass by with breeze. What will be behavior patterns that frustrate me. I analyze, realize nothing we can do. Left feeling blue, suffer sadness in the truth, and come to terms we're not all bulletproof. This heart pause, sad talk travel through source of deep thoughts from long walks. Ahead straight, but I'm straight off the course. The dark side of the force is taking over. Tears fall to the floor, but no shoulder. A shadow of a soldier. Left alone to remain, I seek to maintain and explain with the wordplay that flows from our veins. Suffered heartache and rage, equally the same as cesarean birth pain. With no epidural, I tripped. Fell down a dark portal, understood by no mortal. They say coincidental, accidental, and my mind state is mental, experimental under instrumental. Way past to care about those who judgmental. I remain monumental. To me, myself, that's essential. The many nights of torn pages to cater all ages for wages, lost in the material mazes. So I meditate to the sound of my gong from Hong Kong and the state long gonna drop bombs. Word to your moms, North, East, South, West, bless London. I'm really not time for the chorus, the freestyle flow show perfected and flawless. I'm gorgeous, applaud this. You kill our box. I'm back like your clock when I take an answer up, make it rock like a stash in your socks. Non-stop when I stop, no way. Continuous word foreplay. My words melt from my mouth like a gourmet souffle. I'm food for thought like a buffet. Pick a word and play all day. Sharp like a manta ray, a bird of prey. Flow over the skies of Guantanamo Bay. Conversate at the dock of the Bay of Bombay. When you watch me, I watch you. Images reflected from pupil to pupil, like it's a high school in a classroom. It's up to you what you take in. I'm making this creative on spin. I don't cross a border, I break in. Stimulating your thinking, like the alcohol you're drinking. Inflicting my unique format and system. Don't walk the walk, fight the fight. That don't mean the butterfly knife slicing your enemy's eyes. But stand up and fight for your right. I bring it tight. Box and rip a beat like an alcoholic's wife. I kill mics and get dark with my word out. That William Shakespeare's to your heart. While the dogs bark, my bite razor sharp. Great white sharks split a carcass in half. One-man battalion, powerful as 300 Spartan, the Dundalman. Wagwan to keep it humble like Rastaman.
Do you know how it feels to pick yourself up just to fall over once again? And you only have yourself to blame. Something you can't control, but it's you that's causing the pain. Nobody notices because it's right up there in your own fucking brain. Do you know how it feels to do nothing when you want to do something, and the only thing stopping you is something that is a part of you, something you can't rip out, push out the way? I mean, what can you do when it's your own fucking brain? Do you know how it feels that's driving me insane? The only thing that works up there is... Oh, sorry.
Now you got this. No apologies.
Do you know how it feels that's driving me insane? Being tired all the time and having nothing to say. Drowning in tears, I only show myself. Bleeding from wounds I inflict upon myself. I don't mean with a knife, but who knows, maybe someday. Talking about the wounds that can never heal because it's right up there in your own fucking brain. Do you know how it feels to make you want to die? The only thing that works up there is telling me a million ways for me to die. But I mean, I don't know. What do you do when it's yourself singing the song? Do you join in or do you say no? Do you say no to something that ends all the pain? Do you say no to your own fucking brain? Do you know how it feels? Because I'm in so much fucking pain. I got these chains wrapped around my brain and they're there to constrain until my tears start to fall like drops of rain. And my soul that was so white and now so fucking stained with these impure thoughts that I tried so desperately to contain. And this facade I have is starting to crumble away and people started asking me, are you okay? I mean, what do you want me to say? That I spend my nights staring up to the sky and pray and hope to God I find a way to end this fucking pain? Because a chapter I find so insane where I don't know if this is the final page, or I don't know if I want to wake up the next day. Do I tell them that I'm in constant battle with my own fucking brain? No, I don't. I tell them that I'm okay. Gotta face this shit alone because I'm so fucking ashamed. You know how it feels when you're screaming quietly, people give you weird looks as you look untiredly. Why aren't you doing your work? Why aren't you here on time? I mean, what's the fucking point when I just want to die? To be honest, I just want it to stop. But how will it stop if not in death? I mean, how can you stop yourself from making that final step? Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hey. Guess what? What? It's my first time, guys. Hey.
Yo.
So many flames before you even started.
That's the first thing jumping the back of even started. See,
mic drop.
before she even started the poem, she gave me the mic drop.
Alright, so I'm gonna just get straight into it because I am pouring bricks.
You got it.
So this is a piece called Love in a Seed. It is a musical piece. I'm going to need your help because I usually do it with a background, but I like to do it a cappella. So I'm going to need you to just click with me, okay? Okay. Right? Yeah.
I'm going to shake click over.
The whole time.
When you're ready. In a rhythm.
Give us the rhythm.
La 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 la. Slow down. You're giving too much energy, but I like it. It's too much.
Get the BPM right. Get the BPM.
Clear. La 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 la, la 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 la. Do you know what? On Netflix. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
You got this still. You just can't click in time.
It's alright, guys. It's alright. It's alright.
Come on.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. This is what I want. This is what I need. Love in a seed, water it with me. This is what I want. This is what I need. Love in a seed, water it with me. Straight line, direct. You don't need to flex, just say what's on your mind and heart with your chest. Lead us to a place of rest, of peace. I mean, it seems like a fairy tale. It's like I've been indoctrinated since I was a little girl. Am I wrong for wanting something that will last forever? Breaking the generational curse of giving up when under the weather. I wonder whether this matters to you too. Wonder whether you'll accept me for my past, being raw prematurely, thinking that this thing will last. Now, I've got a mini-me. She's my world, she has my heart. But between you and me, we've got some things to do. I don't want to die alone. Have my fears of whether this will be true. Commitment isn't always bliss. It's a risk. But this is what I want. This is what I need. Love in a seed, water it with me. This is what I want. This is what I need. Love in a seed, water it with me. This is what I want. This is what I need.
Oh yeah.
Love in a seed, water it with me. This is what I want. This is what I need. Love in a seed, water it with me. La 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 la. La la la. Thank you.
My last name is Kwan. Not Kwan or Kwan, but Kwan meaning strong. A name I'm so proud of. I'll tell you if you're saying it wrong. My dad's pride for this word is remarkably high. But when I was younger, I never claimed it as mine. I was ashamed of my culture because I wanted to be white. I used to hide because I hated my black hair and my slanted eyes. Insecurity is so high it drove me to thoughts of suicide. I'm better now, but it's not been an easy ride. Prejudice and stereotypes can set you back in life. That's what we're told. Minorities have to break through social barriers on their own and ignore the old white lady scolds. You came all the way from China, that's a long way to go. Living in a white area and given no ratings. I also struggle with dating. As an Asian woman, as an Asian woman, I'm hypersexualized. Seen as small, weak, and exotic, I'm fetishized. But if you took the time to speak to me, you would realize that you put me into a stereotype that blinds your eyes. What a surprise! There's a person underneath. From these social chains, I'm trying to be free. Speaking as an Asian woman, we are not weak. We are more than we are bought online for as a wife or a weekend treat. We are beautiful for our culture.
Yes, you are.
Not to be treated as a piece of meat.
Say that again, please.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again.
One more time.
Say it again.
One more time.
For the people in the back. Come on. Reload. Pull up.
Say some more. Speaking as an Asian woman, we we are not weak. We are more than we are bought online for as a wife or a weekend treat. We are beautiful for our culture, not to be treated as a piece of meat. So now that I've said my piece, maybe it's easier to see why my last name is Kwan. Not Kwan or Kwan, but Kwan meaning strong. Because weak is the last thing I'll ever be.
Right, so I'm going to do, hold on, first of all, did anyone know that at the BAFTAs, Life in Rhymes, spoken word to the mainstream feature was poetry, yeah?
Come on.
That's the whole scene, sorry. This whole scene just got a BAFTA because people like her.
Yes.
Come on.
Flowers. Flowers. Flowers.
Woodzy was on my episode. Yeah, so big up to Woodzy. Alright, so this is a brand new piece. This is called The Fluid in My Pen. I am fluent in my pen, so much so I even blow dragon smoke through my shisha pen. Yes. Pink lemonade, haze, lyrics for days, and if my favourite pen runs out of ink, I'll just refill it. See, I made a few trips around the sun, done it under a few different names, but I'm still not done. I've seen the poetry scene ebb and flow. I've seen poets come and go. And lately, I've been attracting taglines like, she's dope, she's fire, she's a queen on the poetry scene, but what's a queen to a goddess?
Elevation team.
An angel in a black dress. I'm mightily blessed and I've overcome the stress. I don't always fit the norm or conform, and sometimes I'm least expected. Some people still couldn't pronounce my name, so naturally I interjected. I value humility, gratitude is my utility. I'm both the vibe and the vibration. Hello. Lately I've been living in the moment because tomorrow isn't promised, so you have to live life to its fullest, and my poems are the monuments that I erect on this here planet. Hello. Leaving legacies through my words, evidence that greatness occurred, even if it's momentarily, because we all know this reality is merely temporary. I'm sure I've intimidated a few, but that is never the intention. See, empowered women empower women, and I've uplifted so many. Come on. Yes. I've got a big heart, so I've been doing this even when it was for pennies. Sometimes I don't even want to write these words, I just want to say them out loud, so pass me the mic. But even without a microphone or a stage, my words still flip the page because it's all about the message. And it doesn't even matter if I thought I was a winner, because winners win games and I don't come to play. I don't want the games, to be honest, the popularity context or the politics, you can keep all of it. I'd rather plant my seeds of positivity and knowledge and watch them grow into forests. How are there so many vegans, but they act so bloodthirsty?
Come on. Hey, come on. Say it again. Reload. Fuck that. Come on, see that after playing.
How are there so many vegans out here, but they act so bloodthirsty? How are you going to act all sweet, but your attitude's nasty? Listen, I'm South London raised, with a pretty face. I'm a woman. Maybe you noticed, but I don't need to act all sexy and sassy, because all that shows through naturally. I don't try and create controversy. The truth is to see that approval is inconsequential when it's enlightenment you seek. The aim is to be spiritually aligned and to source energy be connected. So misaligning agendas will be disconnected. So try not to try so hard, just learn to be. More than humans being, we are humans living. Only I know how to be me, so I have to be myself because everybody else is taken. No one else can be the fluid in my pen, and that's my power. Put God first and you will never come second. May my roots always ground me and my wings always carry me. I don't believe in luck, but I do believe in good energy. Coincidences are God's way of remaining anonymous. I believe in my guardian angels who stand beside me, protect me and guide me through darkness and into light. My soul flame keeps me alight. I'm more about the soul and less about the ego, so I don't need a slick video to give you real-time flow. I'm the soul chef, cooking up a storm. I'm a cosmic life force in poetic form. And don't get it twisted, we can all be me in our poetry, so I prefer to speak about community. More often than not, I speak about we more than I speak about me, because unity, solidarity, growth and kindness are the only things we have left that will save us. I like peanut butter on toast. Now a drum and bass with garage notes. Complex simplicity. See, more can be understood than can be seen, so pages and stories untold will have you judging books by their covers. See, most of all, I have a clean soul. Integrity inside intentions is everything, that's my MO, my signature move, and that's the fluid in my pen.
So the poem that I'm performing today is something that I wrote just reflecting on what it's like being a poet, the role and responsibility we have, and I think lockdown really put things into perspective about A, how much we're wanted, and B, how much the government doesn't care about us. Okay, so it goes. Poets, we unsettle you. We ask you to question what you think. You become terrified of the answer that you can't give. We ask you to look closer, delve deeper into what you don't know, but that's what makes you so uncomfortable. We disturb the status quo. We reveal the danger of the bleak reality. We know the damage we can cause each other. There is peril in pain. Truth is troubling. We open ourselves up to you when everyone else is closed off. We don't censor ourselves, because wherever we are is a safe space. We share what we learn intimately should you wish to read or hear. We can't gloss or glaze over things the way that other people can. There's just too much going on. We try to stay steady. It's hard to be clear or to know what to say all the time. We know there is strength in silence and how elegant it is. We are part of the process. We use our talent, grace and genius as a rallying demand for peace. There is beauty in it. We both honour and challenge what we respect, knowing full well the consequence. Rage is effective but limited. It replaces reason with sometimes destructive action, as though for entertainment. But absorbing lies does that to you. It makes us want to call for vengeance. We are different. We have intellectual flaws. Sometimes our imagination falls short of what we're trying to express. We cannot reveal all that you are ignorant to, but we have a vision. You already know that the past was bleak, the future seems dim unless we enlighten you all. It's strange how we can all be so cruel. A poet's wealth is in their words. We wish you all goodwill. We know that you don't like to admit that you depend on us. You see the way we struggle to share our wisdom. For this is how we survive. This is how our relationships thrive. Art is intense. It makes you feel naive. But we invite you on this journey with us nonetheless. You are witness to our circumstances, how we all belong here. Even when people make you feel like you don't fit in, our passionate work is diverse, powerful, beautiful and thoughtful, where we both encounter criticism and affection. We articulate our perceptions of the landscape. Art is fierce. We don't speak often, but when we do, we need a mic or a megaphone. Poets, we refuse to be passive. It's an out-of-character, out-of-body experience. Language to us is part of a system that we control. We speak into the void. We know it's not safe, but we know that's where the power emanates. There is no limit to what we do for progress. Every pause is pregnant with possibility. To be emotionally moved and intellectually stimulated. Interpretation varies, but we find stability in that. Sometimes we want to disturb, rattle the cage, engage you into the environment of what you are writing in. We want you to experience it. We bury things deep into our lines because we want you to dig them up again. You keep us alive. We don't manipulate, you just make assumptions about us that are unspecified and unmentioned. You want certainties, but we don't always have them. You want us to activate your imagination, so we rise to meet you. We see each other, we hear each other, acknowledge each other. We write until we are right. Is that so wrong?
I'm going to do 2 short poems today. The first one is called Your Light, and the second is Persian. I'll do Your Light first. Okay. I'm just going to go straight into it, guys. Can everyone hear me out?
Yeah! Loud and clear.
Standing in your own radiant glow, you can only see the dark shadows you've cast. It's because you're somewhere in between a bright future and a dark past. Wondering, which one is really you? Wondering if all you do has had purpose. Has it all been worth it or just worthless? But a building can never know the strength of its own concrete, just like a fire could never feel warm from its own heat. The same way you could probably never see your light from your own point of view. So I urge you to shine and shine bright, whatever that means to you, because this world gets cold, it gets dark, and we all need your light. It's the first one. So this piece is called Fruition, and we're just going to go straight into it as well. Okay. So, what is a personality if there's no longer anything personal about it? If we're nothing more than reflections of society that we need to be. We were all born free, so why do we enslave ourselves to these bills and fees in the quest for pay rises, maybe even uni degrees? We say we're chasing a better life, but truly that's a term that will forever remain undefined. We all seem so eager to fall in line, our individuality becomes undermined. So what good is my first impression if all my self-expression has been reduced to this prosaic mosaic made from the broken pieces of freedom we flee from? The striving ever so hard to conform, we stray never too far from the norm. Although this persistent resistance defies the very nature to which we were born. Torn because part of our existence will always be based on this need to belong. So what do? Nothing. We sit there. We let hate and fear occupy the Earth's atmosphere. We respire it. It runs through our systems as we become victims of the day-to-day stress, as we dress to impress under discreet duress, work till we're depressed, ruined by the influence of affluence when truly we were all born blessed. Yes. What we must try not to forget in this life full of regrets is that being true to yourself, that's the only true success. Thank you very much.
I just want to live and laugh. Paint pictures with my paragraphs. Fit writing like camouflage. Find me on the greener grass. No other side, I wonder why. I rewrite lines 100 times. I rewind time inside my mind to redefine my inner eye. I lost myself a while back. Funny now I smile at. A younger me, no dungarees, was hungry for lunch and treats. Now I want 100 trees, a bunch of seeds and space to breathe. A piece of peace inside of me, no BFG can read my dreams. We just hit the road, dawg. It's getting kind of cold, all. Warm up the mic, absorb the light, I'm born to fly, I'm airborne. This is not my final transformation, but a rare form. Phone's always on flight mode, I guess that's always there, cool. I'm missing and declining, yeah, the system's undermining all the poets and the wordsmiths. The herds ain't heard our verses, so rehearse the words and learn this. Turn my verbs and burn the worst bits. Burnt lips, verse this. My notebook's like a furnace, all the heat that I've been birthing. It's about time that I surface, catch a wave and then I'll surf it. I deserve it, I've been working on myself and how I'm feeling. Focusing my breathing. Coping, I've been dreaming, I've been searching for the reasons why my self-doubt's like a seed made of glass and my arms bleeding. See, my heart is on my sleeve, but you can't read the signs I'm feeding. I was healing like I wasn't sick. Always been an optimist. Yeah, been through a lot of shit. The truth hurts if I'm honest. This is me. Just searching for the light. Flirting with the mic. Felt like I was drowning, now I'm sounding like I'm fine. Couldn't find myself for hours, going round inside my mind. Acceptance of reflection really mirrors with the times. In the eye of the beholder, I was showed that love is blind. It's alright to cry sometimes and show the world you're hurting. It's alright to hide sometimes and stay behind the curtains. Cause nobody is perfect, so do what you enjoy. I'm just trying to hear you now smiling with your voice. Be expressive with your words, learning lessons from the noise instead of waiting for your turn, earn some blessings and rejoice. Cause this is what I live for. Poets puzzle people picking pieces from a jigsaw. I'm about to pitch my goals, I'm hoping for a big score. Find me in my happy place, I'll navigate through big storms. Brainstorming hurricanes, rain falling I'ma take. What is mine, and when I shine I stay aligned and gravitate my greatness. I made this writing lyrics on a late shift, creating waves to make these wages, pave the way to play on stages. I got friends all on my playlist, making waves I pray we make it. Be the change to make a statement, no more waiting. Saving all these words up on my eye notes, writing verses with my eyes closed. I know my flow's now worth some recognition. Isn't it ironic 2020 messed the vision? Yeah, I stopped and could have lost myself. My socials feel distant, now it's different. Wishing on some stars so I can start to make a difference. Haven't made it far, but I know art can go the distance. Blisters on my fingers from the things that I've been printing. I've been overthinking thoughts, overthinking more. Now I'm sure this overthinking led to lingering on thoughts. Of course it's gonna happen. On course for applause and a tolerance and balance. Getting bored of games, I've been searching for the ladders. Still avoiding snakes, the fakes, and most rappers went from being overlooked to getting booked to new chapters. Never trusted actors or an agency. What's left of the matrix, they're all agents. See. None of this exists. Or does it? Peace out, peace in, thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Hey. How's everyone doing? Good. Wasn't Woodzy amazing? Yes, man. I want to be like him when I'm older.
Come on.
So, I'm going to try do this from the top of my head. I'm going to do two quick pieces. There we go. Alright. I think what I'll do, I'll perform, then I'll explain after. This one's titled Mukati. I'm livid inside from living inside. Despite the demons outside being humans on site. Should I fight or go offline? Thank you. Basically means inside, so that's that one. I explained it earlier to my friends. I basically wrote a poem, scratched everything, and just kept this one. Yeah. The next piece is called Mahara. Aizi Nika Yamahara. They said it's a free country. She worked 2 jobs on minimum wage without a say. Lost in double shifts, her bones are not in harmony. Lost time creates a miss, making her cross roads away from the pearly gates. Current systems portray a cage from past trades on the lands they raid. In this day and age, they play it fair to envelope trade full of rage. No transfers season, I'm a free agent of treason, searching for shade under a monetary.
One more time, we let our big man.
Searching for shade under a monetary that survives harsh conditions of each 4 seasons. 1 second.
Come on.
Too much fire.
Yeah, there's too much fire in it. Yeah. You know how brain went there. That's it. Searching for shade under a money tree that survives each 4 seasons. If trade was fair, I wouldn't be here. Haizi Nika in my heart. Forcing us to stay in lane by actions that are not humane. Making life mundane as if every day is Monday. Praying for the day TGIF turns into thank God our freedom. Till then, we thank God for breathing, believing for every season there is an activity under heaven. They said it's a free country. It's like a name did Gushanda, Usrikandafa. Thank you.
When I say bring your, you say on bars, bring your. On bars. Bring your. On bars.
Lately, I can't tell the difference between my nightmares and daydreams. And every time my heart is heavy, I just let Ley Speak explode with emotion. I need it under control though, cause every time I scream, I swear it makes my brain freeze. And then I get on the stage trying to be boisterous, trying to reach as many as possible with these voices, pouring my heart to get to set an example. Well, who the fuck will listen when words contradict the choices, huh? Shit, really my success will be only hard to believe. Maybe because they know that I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm just another brother who used to underachieve. Somebody knows house, will you sacrifice for your fam? Maybe because they don't understand it's harder to grieve. Maybe because they don't know the love I have for my nieces. How are we so different? We're both 100 degrees. No, I'm Celsius, you're Fahrenheit. Still got my appetite. Maybe they thought losses would make my hunger decrease. Sitting in my office while twiddling with my peas. Thinking all the times I've been ignorant to my queen. When I pull my heart, are they giggling at their screens? He's the type of force that's been fiddling with my peace, but instead I get high till I'm a skywalker, then I'll come back down to earth. Return of the Jedi. Take a sip of red wine, trying to make a piece about my feelings from sober, and I've never had a deadline. That's sunrise to bedtime. Now it's time for the next rhyme, see. I've been going through some changes. Told Rohan I'm working on my next EP, and this is one for the ages. Stage 1 was the warm-up. Trying to put my name on the map. Now it's a little bit warm. I can't say I didn't warn you. You can't put the door on the latch. Why? I keep my shit on lock. You thought you could check in and out when you want to. Trust me, it's really not that. You didn't want to pay attention, so when you show interest, something makes me want to attack. It's time to adapt. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ley Speaks. Welcome to the BYOB. Working my arse off, so pay homage. It's not compulsory. The world is in depth. I want the respect that's owed to me. I also want my friends to be as close to me as O to P. I'm trying to grow up fast. I'm practicing adultery. But I don't steal hoes and Gabriel grows. Every single day I blossom from a little rose. I used to be a hothead with a warm heart until a certain someone showed me the icy cold, icy shoulder. Now I feel cold. Had me balling. Bogies, real gross, with old school Drake on repeat like I'm trying to steal flows, but I've got my own style, like I'm writing with my own font, and my inner thoughts I paint with this right hand, but I'm so gone because this left hand holds my spliff that keeps me feeling nonchalant. These ladies don't know what they want, but they know what they don't want. And then they say at least they know they want to get close to me, but I need to love myself before I think about a Josephine. I know I'm supposed to be this beacon to the people, but honestly I haven't shed as much light as I'm supposed to be. I want the shackles off my feet while they're wearing jewels for Nicole to see. I used to want to look rich, now I'm not one for the faking. I want to go from acting to presidential status. Rayvon. I used to change girls often because they had my ear aching, and then I got robbed at 15. I didn't even catch the pagan, so girls called me a jerk, and boys called me a chicken. Had everyone sick like when I used to act Jamaican. Killed it. I used to changed girls often because they had my ear aching, and I got robbed at 15. I didn't even catch the pagan, so girls called me a jerk and boys called me a chicken. I had everyone sick, and like when I used to act Jamaican. Kilo there, there's new ones that I'm making, friends that I'm losing. It's really quite amusing. My colleague said I'm wavy. I told her I'm just cruising. Cruising through life, watching friendship sink, but I don't worry about who's out. I only worry about who's in. Some pay attention while others are just using, which is why I pay extra mind to the company I'm choosing. And I pay no mind to conversations if they're just seducing. See, Gable isn't just growing, Gable is improving. Music to my ears, yeah, this song is soothing. Awaken the kid in me like Piper with the flute thing. But misery had me riddled with confusion, so every time, until I saw winter to symbolize a conclusion. Now every time Gable grows, it's really feeling like a new spring. How many more women must I tell I'm tired of sinning? Captain Saver, and if I don't, then I'm a villain. How many more times will I feel with remorse? See, when the going gets tough, the tougher I'm forgiven. And then I'm left to make uncomfortable decisions. What do I do with this hole that needs filling? See, I've been confused by these stories involving wolves in sheep's clothing while sheep have been loathing. Hard to decipher, but easy to indulge in. Guilty pleasures. Spotted a sweet one, but is she eye candy or soul food? Does she undress your mind or just pose nude? See, you don't want to masterpiece, you just want a masterpiece. Does she take the flowers or help you plant the seeds? Does she feel like a summer's day or the winter breeze? Does she take your breath away or take your will to breathe? If you looks to kill, I'd be hesitant.
From the beginning. From the beginning. Just start from the beginning. Start, I guess, big man.
I love them up.
How many more women must I tell I'm tired of sinning? Captain Saver, and if I don't, then I'm the villain. How many more times will I feel with remorse? See, when the going gets tough, the tougher I'm forgiven. And then I'm left to make uncomfortable decisions. Like, what do I do with this hole that needs filling? See, I've been confused by these stories involving wolves in sheep's clothing while the sheep have been roving. Hard to decipher, easy to indulge in. Guilty pleasures. I spotted a sweet one, but is she eye candy or soul food? Does she undress your mind or just pose nude? See, you don't want a masterpiece, you just want a masterpiece. Does she take the flowers or hope you plant the seeds? Does she feel like a summer's day or the winter breeze? Does she take your breath away or take your will to breathe? If looks could kill, I'd be hesitant. She was so fly, she seemed heaven sent. Rose said, you know, demons have wings too. When you're blinded by lust, that's irrelevant, because if you got to sleep with the girl of your dreams, I'm sure you'd understand why I didn't want to leave. If I could talk to that younger version of me, I would warn him about the birds and the bees, because see, the honeymoon phase is appealing. But obstacles will emerge once you're deep in. I embrace every challenge in the journey, but how does one really compare such a feeling? It's like there's something about the morning which just isn't quite the evening. Something about a Monday which isn't quite the weekend. Something about a marathon that really gets you deep in, that the time to really motivate is when you're feeling weak. And I tried to explain it to this girl when we were speaking that she hasn't even met the best version of me. But she was looking for love. I was ready for foolery. She played with my ego, I played with her insecurities, then misunderstood when she told me that she wants all of me. Simple mistake, miscommunication. Now she tells her friends that I'm Mr. Complicated. Left me devastated. My bro thinks I should stay it. But she loves the distance, and I'm the one who hates it because she ain't perfect, but she's perfect to me. So how am I supposed to end this permanently? She said, focus on being the best version of me. Maybe I should talk about the birds and the bees. See, understand, we either form emotional ties or feel deprived of them. I found myself yearning for intimacy so much that I had it confused with promiscuity. And even at a time when circumstances went left, I was so laid back that when I got laid off, I was still trying to get laid. See, when you taste that sweetest fruit for the first time, if you aren't careful, you'll end up trying to recreate the euphoria you felt, but nothing and nobody will ever compare. Had myself trying to recreate this feeling with meaningless dealings. Now everybody's like, please don't like him. He's no right. He don't like him. He won't like I know you don't want to be the word on the street. Maybe I should find a female version of me. We could warn our child about the birds and the bees. I said, if I could talk to the future little version of me, I would warn them about the birds and the bees. Thank you.
I get royalties from the title.
Flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Some say my punchline's Muhammad Ali. Some say I'm anointed, some might call me Midas. But I found my golden touch the day I prayed for guidance. And I lost my mind. Can you help me find it? I listen like I'm blind and see better than silence. Look, hottest bars, coldest flows. I don't need to overglow. Fire brigades, no patrol. Can you hear the sirens? Don't need provoking. The thunder's evoking. These waves on the ocean. I'm rocking, I'm coasting. Trying to spit a pill about the feelings that I hold in. They won't resonate if I'm numb to emotion. Drop a mad bar and now 100 are soaking. If love is a drug, then I'm hoping that it's potent. Everybody has a hobby that they can indulge in. Stereotypes, all because of how I'm flowing. If I have to G when I rhyme, is that crime? If I cry when I rhyme, is that crime? Don't label me, I'm fine. Just give me the title for these lines. Look, studio then I fly back. Nod your head to them hi-hats. They speak for the rap flow. Yeah, I hope that they like that. If I'm not your favorite, then I'll make you a playlist to recognize the greatness. Outrageous. We're up on the stages. And your neighbors, if hate is just a virus, man, I hope it ain't contagious. If love should feel warm, then why is it so chilly? I'm the one that's bringing the heat to the cold city. Yeah, you got no faith, but no biggie. Lost my focus, something was keeping my soul busy. There was a time when I struggled to speak to people. I don't know if this resonates with anyone, but I felt like the weight of my problems was too heavy for anyone's shoulders but my own. And I feel like this is the time to really emphasize the fact that that is definitely a normal feeling, because I know I'm not the only one that feels like that. Please speak to your people, even if it means you're, what's the word, expressing through your art, just get it out there and don't feel like you are a burden. That's the name of this next piece. Yeah. Long time, how you been? See, if I leave that to the outside person, he'll say, not much, you know, I'm chilling and working. Knowing deep down I'm stressed out and hurting. I'm still when I feel like a brave face, fake smiles, I hate crowds. I stand out when I try to blend in. I go unnoticed when I think I'm outstanding. Am I really hard to miss? Am I just a narcissist? How does one desire and detest the same poison? How does one pull close to the same people he's avoiding? External whispers, internal screams. Maybe I should change my name to Ley Breathes. Silent hyperventilation, because now they all expecting words from me, and I'm not quite sure how to speak without evoking warrior creating a fuss. I'm just a pebble amongst the sea of miscellaneous faces. A pebble amongst the sea. Thinking I told myself to make it easier to offload, because these fears should feel no responsibility towards what comes out of my lips. And thus I find myself sharing with the people who don't care for my interior, but opaque to the people who see through the exterior. Wishing that they could hear me without speaking. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, but is there a tunnel for the inside person? It's from the outside, you can't see the house is burning. I'd rather feel a bit alone and close the curtains. I don't want to feel like a bad guy. Shit, I can't even turn the question, how are you then? Last put the art of protection. Nursing rooms for other people, but I trust in my heart for protection. See, these boys are better off next passed up because I'm too scared to understand them. Out of sight, out of mind, ignoring the damages, but under these bandages I'm rotting away. But then, you're coming back close, surely you can't hold them all. Well, I'd rather avoid worrying even if I fall. But Ley, I mean, you can just split the load. So who's gonna carry it when I have to hit the road? I understand you want to help and I see that you're determined, but I just don't want to. Yeah. You're afraid to be vulnerable. Not much I understand. But it's okay not to be okay.
Tell him.
Don't let me hold your hand. See, this is encouragement and not coercion. For I cannot force you to share your burden. Thank you.
I'm going to go straight into it. So this doesn't really have a title, but yeah. How many more times shall we silence our truths just to avoid awakening your insecurities? How many more times will we allow our hymen to signify our level of purity? How many more manipulative minds will capitalize from kind-hearted souls? Because now I question, will this conversation ever become old? Because he looks forward to becoming a father, patiently waiting on daydreams to turn into reality. Dad and daughter moments filled with joy and laughter, studying the stars, moons and galaxy. Yet, he's the same man who told her, age is just a number. But don't go say my age to your mother. Slather her in honey and butter, she's too young to know her rights and wrongs. So play it by the brother's books and you'll come out strong. Little does he know these moments cause her trauma, affecting her natural state and aura, post effects later going on to her daughter. Now her daughters will be playing with the burdens that she's been raised with. Not understanding why she can't go out without her mother's consent, why she has to walk with a friend, why boys are only attracted to girls when they follow the trends. Her young mind has already matured by the time she's 10. That's a quicker rate than some of these grown-ass men.
Tell her. Tell
him.
Her young mind has already matured by the time she's 10. That's a quicker rate than some of these grown-ass men. These states of confusion and unanswered questions lead her to become rebellious. So she decides to walk home alone. 15 minutes go by and a car pulls up beside her and he toots his horn. You're a sweet one, he states. The evening is getting shorter, it's getting late. She lies to say she has a boyfriend, but this didn't give him a gesture to go away. This gave him a reason to pull out his ego and let it stray all around her. What? We can't be friends though.
Dickhead.
She politely says no and walks on by to get away quick, but yet again his pride is too big for it to be shut down by a chick. 30 minutes go by and she's somehow ended up in the passenger seat, ordering a drive-through Mac's. The fear inside has eaten her up, so she has no appetite. She knows what he's up to isn't right, but she's too scared to fight. Because now these floods of memories of mom and dad fighting relentlessly only grew exponentially. Remains of holes in the walls, bloodshot eyeballs, and much more. A mother wouldn't wish her daughter to be involved in relationship wars, but what mummy doesn't realize is that events like these can lead to desensitized emotions. So when she grows older, who knows whether she will allow such behavior into her life? Or which parent is the one to feel more shame, more guilt? Was it daddy because his role model was also an abuser? Or perhaps because his peers were all seducers? Or maybe because female mockery is one man's humor? Or maybe because the corporate world indirectly fueled the notion of masculine toxicity, handing superior positions to males to complete the population of the industry. to then allow societal issues like period poverty, unequal pay, single mothers on benefits to be handled by an outsider who has no understanding, no emotional connection with these issues faced? Or was it mommy because her father left her mother for another woman? Or perhaps because her ex-boyfriend hit her so many times, she lost her touch of sense, and later he ended up taking the victim card for her to feel that she caused the offense? With these ongoing attacks, self-love no longer pays rent. Instead leaves an indent of emotional trauma to breed into the next creation you create. Women have it hard, internally and externally, and no man will ever be able to relate.
Facts.
With that said, teach your sons the laws to abide by, the safety measurements required for a woman. Paint a space for understanding and connection, and hopefully from there we can progress to a better state.
Yeah. For those who don't know me, my name is Jade Ranel. That's how you find me again on Instagram, or love_Jade_X. Just want to let you know that, yeah, I just want to let you know that I dropped a video today. It's a short story. It's what happened to me and what led me to go into the office, walk out, and drag myself to the train station, Epsom train station, and attempt to jump in front of the train.
We love you.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay, so
We love you.
It's just banter.
Go on, Jade.
Let's go.
Go on, Jade.
Run them, run them, run them.
Come on. Come on, Jade.
It's just banter. But you keep calling me a name I don't like, said it had a nice ring to it, so you're just going to continue. It's just banter. But it's wrong when you put your fingers to your eyes and pull them to the side. I thought this was something everyone knew.
Tell him.
It's just banter. But you keep mimicking a Chinese accent when I'm around. I'm Filipino, and yes, I can speak English and Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Come on.
It's just banter. But every time this pet comes into the office, you shout out, "Be careful!" Because for lunch, I might just eat his dog.
Ridiculous. Back to the shop.
It's just banter. But you printed off a picture of a sausage dog in a hot dog bun, and you stuck it beside me on the wall. It's just banter. But you wrote "dog eater" on a card, passed it around the office, and it was signed by all. It's just banter. But now everyone's laughing, posting it on social media, not sure how many photos and videos were saved. It's just banter. But for Black Friday sales, on a work WhatsApp group, you sent around photos of discounted black slaves. But it's just banter.
Stop check! Stop check! Stop check! Yeah! I sucks!
Hell yeah, you are.
Yay.
So I just need to give a disclaimer, guys. I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable today, so I want you to send me all of your good energy and all of
We love you, man. We love you. We love you. Enough love at that. Enough love. Wembley love.
So the piece I'll be performing today is called The Ruler of Three. I am three. I am the past, the present, and the future, me and colliding and coexisting with ancestral archives whilst battling the unknown for a chance that now's in a peace. I am the wanderer, the lover, and the warrior that sparks. For I am the river Nile, the Ghibli winds, and the raging storms that tear the seas apart. I was a seed. I was a seed, now a plant, then a tree seed. Life pumps and pours its elixir through me, for I am a muse, a wonder, a touch of ecstasy. See, I am a cautionary tale, mixed made for marvel, waiting for the world to see. I am not whole. I'm not whole, I am broken, but somehow that's art. Always trying to decipher and pull apart if I'm good enough, fit enough, slim enough, maybe even thick enough, quick enough, lit enough to
Hell
make
yeah,
a
you
mark.
are.
I-
Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah, you are.
I'm not whole, I am broken, but somehow this is art. Always trying to decipher if I'm good enough, fit enough, slim enough, maybe even big enough, fit enough, quick enough to make a mark. I was lost, but now I'm found and I'm on the way. See, parts of my soul have travelled journeys this world can never explain. For I am light or dark, never grey. See, my opinions are either too set in stone or they're too easily swayed. Maybe I'm the night sky with its moon and shining stars. See, my soul yearns for a lit path, not realizing that others are following my path, for I'm their light. I was a child, and now an adult, and maybe one day a senior. See, I live in this intergenerational experience. I am sometimes an introvert, sometimes an extrovert, maybe an ambivert, it depends on the vibe.
There you go. One more time.
I am an introvert, sometimes an extrovert, mainly an ambivert, it depends on the vibe. So if I show you love, then just know that you're my tribe. Maybe I am the sunrise and the sunset and the twilight in between. See, I live hidden amongst crowds, yet I'm dying to be seen. I am a boulder, a mountain, a grain of sand. See, my life and potential are huge and my presence is grand, yet with enough space I'll slip away in the palms of your hand. I am a blessing. I'm a blessing, a curse, an enigma, it depends who you ask.
Tell them, which one?
You tell me.
Come on.
I'll feed you pieces of me so that you don't starve, but if you cross the line, I won't scream or shout or threaten, I know my height. Instead, I will pray that your road will fall and the tides go against you every day out of sight.
Tell him.
Hi.
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 Hello.
I am a human. I'm a female. I'm an ethnic minority living in a world catered for the white male because he is the priority, the majority, and the political authority. So where do I go?
Tell him.
Where do I go?
I don't know.
I am not full, but I'm not hollow yet. I'm still absorbing, see, mostly nutrients, but when the toxins seep in, it's a smile I'm forcing. I'm happy and sad, but mostly grateful. See, life's that little bit sweeter when you've had it before. Painful. I'm not a success or a failure. I'm just a work in progress. I'm not a success, I'm not a failure, I'm just a work in progress.
Yes.
Sometimes I surpass my own expectations, but only to go back to regress. I am neither hot nor cold nor lukewarm. See, depending on the weather, I'll change my form. My soul and energy do this thing where they transform, so pay attention. Because growth hurts and it takes a change of speed. See, I heard that power comes in numbers, so I've populated my dynasty. For I am the ruler of three, myself, I, and me.
Twirl, yeah! Come on!
Hey, girl!
Check the pics, though.
I think the outfit kind of goes to my poem, so let's see. Alright, it's called Concrete Jungle, but I might change it. Take part in this daily pantomime as I wear these pants of mine. Strategically place on my makeup as I wake up to make up for the past endeavor that caused shake up. Let open breeze, eternity flew by as I say idly by, eyes wide open. The wondering what more there is to this breaded grey up. The cheese we chase not with ease. The early bird gets the worm, the first bite is a trap, the leftovers is what we feed. Narrow first one gets a round of applause. Concrete jungle to be in bed. Fight for the barrow, catch up quick, times are losing. Characters narrated to form the narrative. Uniting worn minds, death waiting idly by. cruising, wooing, save me from this prison mind. Unwind, bind, veins seeping, blood rushing, hearts beating, time weeping, slide rewind, adrenaline I'm seeking, head rush to get a head rush. Rush now, don't keep me waiting. Money in my mind, other doors be bait, and I don't see why all of this fuss, nothing left to discuss, and I'm looking to be the alchemist through this mist. Founded from learned and unlearned narratives, fogged out, each step closer feels like a miss. History be lurking through each empty street, masters and slaves gripped on insecurities, fear of the unknown. Disown what you know, spent years wrapped up in the lab to be told what you know. Well, no, just know. Ego hurt what you knew, you're now deep in. That's it, it's deep, and you can't sit around creeping with another, because it's all you. And then you clock. This is just one false rat race, and I'm gonna keep to my lane and take trips for my brain, mind expand, unwind, whilst I look back at my role for this daily pantomime.
Tell him!
So this is a poem I wrote about 3 years ago when I decided I wanted to overthrow the government and tear apart the political system. I'm happy to say that that plan is going strong, like we're
Fuck the system!
Fuck everyone.
Boris is a villain!
Wait, no, yeah, I was going to say, mate, leave it out. Come on,
Anyway.
come on, tell him.
I'm just another lazy, throwaway millennial.
Oi.
A waste of space, snowflake perched upon the periphery of the perennial. Expendable to the indefensible, the said it all fools, fortune rules to suit their cause, courting courts, creating clauses to take small fortunes from the poorest. It's appalling. The system's lawless. And I hate the way they're talking. I'm enraged by the way they're walking, crazy that they're so thoughtless, and now it's pouring, now it's storming, cause trust me, yeah, we're stopping you, and love me, yeah, I'm Robin Hood. Busted, I think Robin's good, we'll take from you just like you took. You bent the books crook, you look shook crook, cause you took taking paved way for a new way.
Tell him again.
That brainwave, who had a brainwave whereby people seeking freedom can engage in change? It's time to rise up, the anonymous. It's obvious there's more of us. You do not want to war with us, cause trust me, yeah, we're stopping you. Love me, yeah, I'm Robin Hood. Busted, I think Robin's good. We'll take from you just like you took and do the world a turn for good.
That right there is BYOB, back in the flesh and your flesh. That's how you kill it. Poet unrest, host, poet, don't know. Hey! Big up yourself. Big up. Love you. Jeez.
Feelings of discomfort, like an out of place puzzle piece. Am I the princess or the pea? Nevertheless, at least see my faith. Yeah, it's starting to decrease. Nevertheless, see I seem to proceed as bigger me and stranger things start to take a lead. Can't you tell that I'm tired with weary eyes? I just want to take a drive all the way to the edge and never look back. At night when I'm meant to be sleeping, yeah, I cried. A system of ossified emotion so potent. See, I'm out of touch but still focused. So potent. Yeah, I'm out of touch but still focused. Still focused. Moral of the story, we got demons in our closet, but we still try to paint a picture perfect. Do you want the legacy or the glory? Do you want the legacy or the glory?
Two jam donuts there.
Hey, yeah, my man's jamming it.
I like that. That's always quick. That on the time.
Don't, bro.
Hey, that was a TV.